Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second game of this doubleheader. I'm your color commentator, Noah Parody.
And I'm your play-by-play announcer, Logan Liviak. We're ready for some more action between the Humber Hawks and Fanshawe Falcons as the men's volleyball teams prepare to get underway here at the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center.
Both teams are going to look absolutely hungry for this win. The Hawks had a previous win against the Falcons, with final score being 3-0. As you can see with those standings, the Falcons, they have been absolutely dominant. 8-3, and then Humber, unfortunately, 5-4 on the season. But still, Fanshawe, they did lose their last game to Conestoga on Wednesday, so they're definitely looking to get back in the win column with this one.
And despite those 3 losses there, Noah, Fanshawe only falling to 2 teams this year, one of them being Humber, who beat them earlier in the season, and then Conestoga have now beat the Falcons twice on the season to rack up their 3 losses. But don't let that make you think that this Falcons team is any weak, because the Falcons currently ranked at number 8 in all of Canada, the latest CCA rankings putting them at that spot. They've been floating around the top 10 for the last couple weeks, and they are currently in a spot that Humber held at one point in the season. They were also in that top 10, but now at this point, the Falcons, one of the couple teams out of the OCAA to make the CCA rankings this week, Noah.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hawks, they've always been such a dominant team year after year. And it's a little bit of a rivalry. I was talking with some of the players. They do call it a little bit of a rivalry, so we're in for one heck of a game shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start the second match of this afternoon's doubleheader. It is the men's round between the visiting Humber Hawks and your Fanshawe Falcons. Before we get underway, Fanshawe Athletics would like to acknowledge and honor the Anishinaabe rodeo show and lay native peoples of southwestern Ontario as the traditional owners and custodians of the lands and waterways where Fanshawe College is located. Your attendance at this OCAA event entitles you to enjoy athletics in an educational setting. We ask that you please show your best sportsmanship by positively encouraging our student athletes, respecting the decisions of coaches and officials, and being considerate of other spectators enjoying the game around you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able, and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rock the glen. Let's introduce your Fanshawe Falcons. Starting at the barrier. Johnston Athletic Center, and to all watching live on the Fanshawe Athletics YouTube live stream, Falcons, let's fly!
And we are live from the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center for Game 2 of 2 today between the Fanshawe Falcons and the Humber Hawks. The men's volleyball team's now getting prepared to kick things off in this one. Noah, how are you feeling?
Oh man, I am so excited for this game.
Just saw a great game, of course, between the women's teams. Unfortunately, the Falcons unable to come away with the win in that one. So we'll see if they can give the fans something to go home happy about today with a victory against a team who's already knocked them off once this year.
Yes, it's a huge revenge game right here for the Falcons.
And we are officially underway in this one. Wow, what a great spike from the Hawks off the rip. Jeez, already.
That from a mile away.
Just a great job from Enzo Andres, one of 3 Brazilian players on this Humber team. That's going to be something I'm going to be paying attention to a lot in this one. Now here's a great spike.
Oh man, a heck of an effort there.
Great defensive effort by the Hawks as that one continues to try and go over. And unlucky on that one for the Falcons.
Tyler Gibson had great dig there, but just a little short of the
And Noah, you were here on Wednesday when these Falcons took on Conestoga. What did you see out of Tyler Gibson in that one?
The guy, I kept mentioning his name time after time. The guy is an absolute monster. Oh my goodness. This is his 3rd game in the OCAA, and he is just phenomenal.
We'll see what Tyler Gibson, or Gibby as Noah called him, can do today.
I will keep calling him Gibby this whole game.
Now let's see the Falcons going for something here. Oh, and an unlucky play there. It's like a couple Humber players at the line, including Apollo Brass, who looked like he got in the way of that one.
These Hawks are starting off red hot, 4-0 run right here.
This is exactly how they are going to want to start the game. Now Nicholas Koziji on the serve.
Almost a ceiling shot. I would have been going crazy.
And that one's going to go out of bounds. Unlucky for the Falcons there.
The accuracy is a little off right now, but you know, shake it off a little bit. Shake it off.
Fanshawe still looking for their first points. This one, what a fake!
It is. A first point. Goldie, there he is.
A beautiful job from Jacob Goldsmith on that one. Fanshawe gets their first points of this opening set.
Love having nicknames for these guys, I tell you.
You've come here loaded with them. The only nickname that's in my head is for you, old man.
Oh yeah, okay, that's crazy. Great stuff there by Pinnock.
Great work there. Falcons almost looked like they almost had the point.
Here we go.
And a great job. That return just goes out of play. Tyler Gibson, your star, sent that one over.
Absolute monster.
Got a lot of standout players for the Falcons on the floor right now. And a great serve there.
Oh, goodness.
The amount of...
Wow! Oh, my goodness gracious.
What a hit. That one from Kyle Gray Phillips.
That was violent. That was violent.
He hit that ball like it made him mad. It looked like he had a personal vendetta against it with a hit like that. And now on the serve is Taven Blackmore. And Noah, you were telling me all about this guy before the game, but that one unlucky, out of bounds, and the Falcons take their 3rd point.
Taven Blackmore, I mean, he has been just crazy. This season, he has the 5th most kills in the OCAA with 122, 5th most points in the OCAA with 148, and the 7th most kills per set with basically 3.4.
That one, unlucky service error there as that goes out of bounds. 7-3 Humber leads. Off the serve, the Falcons here keeping this one in. A great hit! Tyler Gibson. Falcons getting the point there, 7-4. This is a very aggressive matchup early in this one. Both teams hit with some real power in this shot.
Oh.
And that's going to be unlucky on the serve from Goldie. This one's going to head right back over to the Hawks. Now on the serve here, it's going to be Enzo Andres, the Brazilian.
He's another guy who is just an absolute monster for the Hawks.
I'll tell you what, though, that arm tattoo is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to mention it. I can't tell if it's an arm tattoo or if it's just like an arm sleeve.
Yeah, I believe it's a tattoo.
Either way.
Maybe we're focusing on the wrong part of the game, but I am very intrigued by it now. That's got to be, that's a tattoo.
That's got to be
it's
a
a
sleeve.
flower tattoo.
No, I'm calling it a sleeve.
You're calling, I think you need some glasses in your old age, sir.
I probably do.
Oh,
the
great
nice
soft touch. Wow. Beautifully done from Crowther.
The Crow Show. Jaden Crowther. Another absolute monster. I'm going to call it pretty much everyone on the whole team a monster, but well, rightfully so.
That's the kind of team you need when you are top 10 in the nation. The Falcons entering this one at number 8 in the latest CCAA rankings. They've been floating around the 8 to 10 range pretty much all season. And now that one's going to go out of bounds and head over to the Hawks.
Crowther almost had a block on that.
It's going to be now on the serve here, number 8, Kyle Gray-Phillips. Falcons looking to get back in the win column after their loss to Conestoga.
And it was a devastating loss. Went into the 5th set, such a close game throughout, and oh my goodness, it was one heck of a game to watch.
That one is hammered out of bounds. Falcons taking over possession on this one. Now Crowther going to take the serve here for Fanshawe.
Here we go, Crow Show. Here we go.
The serve goes over, and it's going to be taken Phillips with the Andreas. Wow!
Oh my goodness! That block! Oh,
absolutely ridiculous. I didn't think they were getting to that one.
Silas Carr, how about that?
Looked like that was number 16, Taven Blackmore, looking to send it over, but unlucky on that one.
Oh my goodness, that was in? Oh my goodness. I thought that was a Hawks point there.
And that one typed over all over the place. Andreas sends it back. Now, that's a beautiful touch.
Go. Beautifully
done from Tanner Patterson. The Falcons keep cutting into this lead.
Tanner Patterson. T-Pat is absolutely crazy. I think that's his nickname. I'm calling him T-Pat now.
T-Pat?
By the end of this game, I'm going to have a nickname for everybody on the team, I tell you.
Now, as we got a little bit of downtime here, things look like they're picking up. No, one of the biggest storylines I saw coming into this game is just how long Humber's head coach's tenure has been.
I know. I mean, 30 years. 30 years.
You know how old I was when this guy started coaching? Minus 11 years old.
I was minus 7. Minus 7. I think I did the math there.
And a great job from Humber right there. But I mean, the team is consistently at the top of the OCAA, always one of the best. And a yellow card is issued by the referee. It looks like to number 2, Nicholas Kozic. And that's an unlucky blow for Humber really early in this game.
Man, oh man.
Not exactly sure what led to the yellow there. I think maybe he was talking to the ref.
I was focused on looking up Wayne Wilkinson's 30 years. I didn't realize that yellow card was even issued.
We just hear all the commotion, and I looking around, and yeah, yellow card issued by the official. That one will be a Humber point. Looked like maybe it was in a very close play there. It looks like, I guess, just catching the outside of the line. Falcons lose the point. 4-point game, as it has been very close early in this one.
And the one thing I love about this game so far is the crowd just, you can hear the crowd. Listen to them, all the claps, all the cheers. It is so loud in the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center today.
We are erupting here at the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center as Tanner Patterson puts another one over for the Falcons. It's a 5-point game now. Or sorry, now down to a 4-point game, 12-9. Or sorry, 13-9.
The beautiful fake. Oh my goodness.
And
is Pinnock okay?
Now Humber, 13-9 lead in this game. Now here's on the serve. Beautifully put in there by Kozuchi.
Goldie! Oh, what a beautiful spike.
Falcons really starting to cut into this lead now. They've started to launch this comeback. Here, we're only in the first set still. Both teams playing like this is life or death volleyball right here.
Oh, that looked aggressive there by T-Pat.
Unlucky on the serve, right into the net. Sometimes your best friend, sometimes your worst enemy.
Yep, absolutely. Man, oh man.
So we'll see now on the serve. It's going to be Taven Blackmore. See what he can do here. Hammers it! Wow!
Just out of bounds. That's the thing. I mentioned it a lot, but when you have so much power, the one thing that's tough is getting accuracy with the power.
Exactly. Sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you hit the ball. It matters where it goes.
Absolutely. That's the thing with volleyball. It's a game all about accuracy and placement. You see, for example, all the soft touches you see. You know, it's not power at all. It's just the accuracy. Right there, soft touch.
Beautifully
little
done.
fakery.
Oh, another soft touch on the other end from the Falcons here. Now Andreas goes up, it stays in.
Oh my goodness.
Now Gibson just sends it over very softly. And a great block from Tyler Gibson. Kept
oh,
up.
what a dig.
The set, Gibson again. That one hits the net. Tyler Gibson hit the ball about 4 times in that sequence.
There's a reason why I say his name a lot.
Unable to come away with the point. I will say, Noah, it's amazing to see the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center this packed, this loud on a Sunday when, you know, people could be at home watching some football right now. No, they'd rather be here watching this amazing volleyball with one of the best teams in all of, 2 of the best teams in all of Canada this year.
They are, and especially after that super tight loss to the Condors last game, Fanshawe. They are so hungry. They want to get that win.
You want that revenge for the earlier loss this season? It was just an unfortunate game for the Falcons when these two met earlier. That one's sent over. Now the soft touch is going to be taken away. Oh, a great hit there right at the net. And the spike.
Oh
what a
goodness.
save! Oh, Gibson tried to go up at the net to stop it.
Goldie with one heck of a save there. Oh my goodness.
That was Dante Sugarman with the point there for Humber. His first of the game, I believe. I think this is the first we're seeing of him out there on the floor. Andreas, who's been serving the ball a lot today, but I mean, look at the power and accuracy he's got. The Brazilian.
Sorry, I was just going to mention, heck of a dig there by Patterson. Block City! Pro show Block City. Look at that. You see all the boys are super hyped on the bench there.
Now, Noah, another point I want to talk about with these opposing Hawks. 3 fifth-year players on the team. That's going to show. Wonder if that experience is going to show, be anything different. Alex Segui, Taven Blackmore, and then Kyle Gray Phillips, all fifth-year players.
Absolutely, and the Falcons also actually have 3 fifth-year players with Tanner Patterson, Colin Hutchinson. Where I know we will see Hutchinson in later on, and then we got, of course, Croshow, another 5th-year player.
And of course, what's veteran presence going to be a big theme in this game for both these teams. Of course, Blackmore and then Crowther, 2 veterans that both know how to take over the game.
Absolutely. 2 absolute monsters.
See here the serve now. Wow, just sent in by Gray Phillips.
The soft touch.
Great touch over the net there from Patterson.
Out of bounds.
Or is it? No, it looks like inbounds. That'll be a Humber point.
Wow.
That's going to be a beautiful drop from Enzo Andreas. Can you believe that guy's a first year?
That guy, look, he is an absolute monster, man.
And that's going to be a timeout called here, as it's currently 19 to 13 for the Humber Hawks, as we are getting close to what could be the end of this very first set. Noah, we'll be back after this short break. By just 6 points in this one. It's currently 19-13 Humber in the very first set of action.
Wow! Oh my goodness gracious. Tanner Patterson.
What a hit there from Patterson. That is huge for the Falcons now as they look to try and launch a comeback in this first set. Going back to that first game against Humber, Noah, not only was it a loss for the Falcons, you know, that Conestoga game this week was close, but Humber just dominated them. A shutout victory, 3-0, not letting the Falcons take a single set.
Yes, they did. Yeah, I mean, Fanshawe, throughout the game, they did get better. First set is 17 points they got. Second set was 19. Third set was 22. So they definitely got better throughout the game.
And, you know, it's still early game in the season. We're talking here just in November. Still, you know, we're not at that halfway point of the year yet. It was one of their, towards the end of the first semester. But still, this team's finding their footing, and they have looked great coming out of the break. You got to think those couple weeks off gave them some nice needed rest.
Oh my goodness, that was a heck of a shot there.
20-15 for Humber right here. They are 5 points now away from closing out the very first set tonight, or this afternoon. I keep saying that. It feels like there's no windows in here. How am I supposed to know?
Honestly, even Wednesday's game, it was a night game, and I think I kept calling it afternoon. So, you know, it's a little tough for us.
We'll see here. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, a beautiful day for some volleyball, if you ask me. It is freezing out there. Much rather be sitting inside here in the warm gym watching this great action.
Absolutely.
And the serve now sent in. Wow! A lot on that one. That coming off the hand of Paul Manna, but right into the net. Now on the serve for the Falcons here, it's going to be Jacob Curtis.
Oh my goodness, that's like a behind the back something there.
It was certainly a wild play on that one.
That was crazy. I know. I for sure can't do that.
Humber now 4 points from closing out the set. Oh,
yeah, that
just not the just bad anticipation on that one. Looked like he had it lined up, and just at the last second pulling away.
Yep.
Just an unlucky spot for that ball to fall. Now
Ball
the
gets
serve.
unlucky sometimes with its placement.
Oh, trying to keep it
effort,
alive.
Patterson.
Doing everything he could to try and keep the play rolling. And another timeout is going to be called here in the very first set. Humber just 2 points away from starting this game off with a 1-0 lead early.
Ladies and gentlemen, once the end of the second set comes by, you will have a chance to come on down to the court and serve your dough presented by Domino's. If you line up at the left side of the court after the second set, you will have a chance to serve your beach box. You're going to free large pizza courtesy of our sponsor, Domino's, at the end of set number 2.
We are back for what could be a very quick little bit of action here to close out the first set. The Hawks now just 2 points away from taking the first set here in the Battle of the Birds from the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center as the Falcons trail 23-16. That one go out of bounds. So good start here coming out with the timeout for the Falcons. So they get a point on the board.
It's the Falcons. Here we go, Falcons. They're going a little bit of a run here if they want to get the comeback and secure the first set. Oh, and there he is, Colin Hutchinson in for the first time.
First action we will see out of Hutchinson, as you said there, as he takes the serve. See what the Falcons can do in this position. Right into the net. Unfortunate there. So that'll be the Falcons' 5th service error of this first set. And we're seeing a similar trend to the last game, where the Falcons, we're almost through this first set, no service aces, while the Hawks, 3. So.
Service at work's just killing it out there.
Oh, what a hit! Off the fingertips at the net and out of bounds, so that'll be a point for the Falcons.
Silas Carr, man, oh man. Have yourself a hit right there.
No, and you were talking about him last week's Falcons Athlete of the Week, Silas Carr was. So he's got to be feeling good coming into this one today. Great kill by Carr on that last play as they get it started on this next round.
Oh, look at that.
That looks like a bit of a funky serve. With a spin on it, looks like it threw off the Humber players. Beautifully done by Silas Carr.
Carr knows what he's doing out there.
Sorry, that's Jason McPhee actually with the serve. As he has the first service ace of the day for Fanshawe as they take another point. Humber takes the point there. That'll put them at 25, and that will end our first set of action. Humber 25, Fanshawe 19. We will be back in just about 2.5 minutes for the second set of action, and that's not the start the Falcons wanted today, as they chase another win here at home to snap that losing streak.
Look at that, one heck of a spike there by Silas Carr on that. And the Patterson with the amazing spike there. Look at that, heck of a performance there. Okay.
are back for set number 2 here from the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center. Falcons fell in that first one to the Hawks here. 25-19 was the final score in that first set. Humber now leading 1-0 as we enter the second set of action here. They'll kick things off with the serve. It'll be number 2 on that one for Humber. It's going to be, pardon me, it's going to be Nicholas Cozy. That one's over here. Wow, Blackmore!
Oh my goodness. I think that's Gibby on that block.
Now it's going to be the Falcons with the serve here. It's Tyler Gibson.
Oh, Gibby, here we go.
Noah's excited now. That's just right over.
Oh,
Blackmore!
Goodness gracious.
Wow! Taven Blackmore.
I mentioned earlier, like he's amazing for kills, amazing for points, leading OCAA.
Just the pure power in that spike to take the point for Humber. It's a very even start, 1-1. Blackmore on the serve. Wow. Almost a ceiling ball, and that's going to be a point for the Hawks. Falcons look like they almost had a beautiful dig there in the corner. Unfortunate there as Humber will come away with that point.
That's all right. I think everyone was so distracted on it looking like a ceiling shot there that they couldn't kind of recover.
It's one of those ones you don't want to commit if it's going to be a ceiling shot, but at the same time, you got to be ready for wherever the ball could be coming from. Blackmore again, wow. Like, just launching it. Just looks like one of those, what are you supposed to do?
I don't think you can do anything with it.
Blackmore's up to 4 points in the game now, as he's got his service ace in this one, as well as 3 kills.
There we go. The Falcons get a point now, so there we go. Ending that little run there with Blackmore.
That's going to be his second service error of the day. It's him, but Blackmore and Enzo Andreas leading the way for Humber early in this game. One right over. Going to be a good job there by the libero, Alex Segui.
Oh, amazing blocks there.
Andreas again tries to get it over. He's been amazing in this one. Great job by the Falcons.
Look at these blocks by the Falcons.
And that's it. Enzo Andreas. Now 7 kills in the game. 8 points. He's just been absolutely unstoppable early in this one, leading the way in terms of points for the Hawks. Now on the serve here, it's going to be Apollo Press.
Speaking of Andreas, him having absolute monster good points. He has the 8th most points in OCAA. He is just one heck of a player.
Andreas is absolutely ridiculous. The Falcons get a point here to cut it down to 1. Now the serve here going to come from number 20. It's going to be Jacob Goldsmith. Just absolutely slammed home by Dante Sugarman.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness.
Now Andreas with the serve here. He has yet to make a service error in this one, so we'll see if he can keep hot. Wow. Just a great effort from Crowther to try and launch that one over. But the Humber players right there at the net to meet him. That one will be a point to the Hawks. Andreas again here. It just seems like almost every time I'm looking at the Humber side, he's got the ball coming right at him, or he's serving it. And that'll be the first error of the day from the Brazilian first year.
Patterson here.
Now here, Tanner Patterson with the serve. Launches it into the net. Unfortunate on that one.
Back-to-back service errors.
Kyle Gray-Phillips, the 5th year, with the serve here. The experienced Hawks. Wow!
Oh my goodness gracious.
That one was a missile, but out of bounds.
Violent.
Looks like they just gave that one the wrong coordinates. Out of bounds. Now on the serve, it's going to be Crowther. Tell you what, I love the collar on those volleyball jerseys for the Falcons. It's very slick looking. That one will be a point for the Falcons. Crowther with the ace.
There we go. Crowther. Continuing with the serve right here.
That'll just be the second service ace of the day for the Falcons early in this game as he goes again.
Oh, the finesse.
Wow, what a job by Blackmore on that one. And Andreas, beautiful touch.
The finesse by Andreas and the finesse by Blackmore there.
This,
oh my goodness.
like, they're both just such versatile threats. The way we're seeing both of them utilize the soft touch and how just hard they can launch that thing. They're a threat no matter what at the net.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look who it is. It's Gibby.
And he's got to be breathing a big sigh of relief after that one. It was a great block from Humber, but unfortunately for them, that one just goes out of bounds on the Fanshawe side. That'll be a point for the Falcons as this is now just down to a 1-point game. Now it's on the serve is Jacob Curtis. Just too much on that one from Blackmore. Tied at 8 apiece. And the Falcons bench is going crazy.
One more thing about Jacob Curtis. He has 9 assists already on the afternoon. He's 4th in the entire OCAA for assists with 314, along with almost 8.5 per set, which puts him 7th.
And that's going to be another point for the Falcons. I thought Blackmore hit that one over, but no, the Falcons get to the net again for another beautiful block. 9-8 lead as they take their first lead here in the second set.
Jacob Curtis.
Beautiful serve from Curtis. Wow. We're seeing Apollo Brass really utilize that fake. Every time that the Falcons send it over, he's going up for that fake, making them think he's about to slam the thing over, and then he just comes down softly.
Absolutely. It's so much finesse to the Hawks. Oh,
and then Brass on the block there as I'm talking about him. But that one will be hit. Beautifully hit over there. The Falcons will get the point. 10-9 lead here. This is going to be number 5, Tyler Gibson. And Blackmore again. Seems to be when all else fails, give it to Blackmore or Andreas here. Those two are just, seems to be carrying the load on the offensive side for the Hawks. 9 points for Andreas, 5 for Blackmore.
I mentioned earlier how just dominant they are. Top 10 the OCAA. Oh my goodness.
And that one will stay in. Wow, Kyle Gray-Phillips.
That was a little painful. Looked like it was just off the shin of
Looks like we could be seeing a bit of a momentum shift here as Humber feeling themselves up 11-10. On the serve, it will be Taven Blackmore again.
Just off the top, but guess what? Got enough momentum.
And out of, no, it's in!
Gibby!
Stays in, what a play there. Falcons gotta be happy with the bounce on that one. I thought it was out, but that's gonna tie it up at 11 again. And speaking of 11, it's Silas Carr with the serve. 11-11 and 11 on the serve. And that's Andreas just hammers it. That'll be a point for the Hawks here.
Launches.
Such a back and forth second set here, Noah. been absolutely ridiculous here. It doesn't seem like anyone's been able to gain really much of a lead beyond 1 or 2 points.
I know we're in for one heck of that.
Wow, beautifully struck that.
Look at that.
Beautifully done there. Tanner Patterson. Now on the serve again will be it's number 20, Goldsmith.
Oh my goodness. Blocked it.
Jacob Goldsmith rocking a new number for 2026. Switched from 22 down to just 20. Maybe that's leading into his performance. Unfortunately, that one out of bounds. Like almost bit of the splits done there by the Fanshawe libero.
Oh my goodness.
Now Enzo Andreas here, the monster first year taking the serve, pardon me.
Still can't believe he's the first.
Yeah.
It's just
Jeez. Hammers it out of bounds though. And that I believe is the first service error, I think. No, second, sorry, service error for Andreas in this game. He is the leading scorer across the board in this one. 10 points in the game from Enzo Andreas. Falcons leading 14-13 here. Serves across.
Oh my goodness.
Very quick back and forth at the line and the block.
With the block.
Way to get up and block the hit from Kyle Gray Phillips. And Jaden Crowther shutting them down on the defensive side. Tanner Patterson gonna take the serve here now for the Falcons.
It's crazy how much the Falcons are blocking. Before they were 17th in OCAA in blocks with 59. But last game alone, they had 10. They're not blocking way more now.
As Kyle Gray Phillips hits that one over to cut the lead down to 1, he'll take the serve now for the Hawks. 15-14, Fanshawe leads, trying to take this set and avoid the sweep. And Gray Phillips just hits that one too much. Fanshawe point. We're seeing a lot more now, I feel, in this second set of their service errors, Noah. Humber, look, they were ahead in the service errors department before this set. Now, 9-6 in favor of the Hawks. They have got the more errors. But Tevin Blackmore, just an unplayable ball there. As he hammers it home for the point, pardon me. Still in my basketball mood. This one's gonna be coming over now. That's Dante Sugarman. And the light tap from Jacob Curtis fools everybody at the net. That soft touch just beautifully lays it in. That'll be a point for the Falcons. Andreas tries it, no good. And that's a huge point there. That's number 12. The second Brazilian on the floor right now, Apollo Brass.
Perfect spot.
Now it's going to be Kozic. Be a point for the Hawks. We're all knotted up at 17 apiece in this very close set. And I think we're seeing exactly what you were talking about earlier, Noah, this Fanshawe team just getting better as the game goes on.
Yes, they are. Look at it.
And there we are, another point there.
Another lead for the Falcons, 18-17. My goodness, they look so hungry then.
Number 5, Tyler Gibson now on the serve.
Just offline.
Unlucky spot there. Now we'll see what Tevin Blackmore does here.
Soft touch there by Goldie. Just in the hands. So unfortunate.
Looks like some words being shared with the referee there. Oh, this is not what you want to see if you're Kozic, sorry. He's already got a yellow in this one. I would not be talking to the referee at all at that point. Just going back to speak just a couple more. Or say his piece. Gotta get your argument in there, I guess. The referee though looks like he's pretty stern in what he's trying to get across here. This play gets ready to get underway again. That's going to be Jason McPhee with the serve now for the Falcons. McPhee, nice soft serve. The block, beautiful. Ooh, great job to keep it alive, Andreas. Now McPhee hits it up here. Almost.
Bell. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Wow, what a job from Jaden Crowther.
Oh, show, baby.
A beautiful setup into that one. The Falcons leading by 2 in the second set now, 20-18. And we've got a timeout called on the floor. So we will just take a short break and we'll be back with the end of set number 2 as we look to see if the Falcons can tie this up at 1 apiece.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a matter of plays, this set will be over. So if you want to come down to the left side of the court, if you're going to towards it after this set, and participate in Domino Serve No Go, anybody in the audience is eligible. Looking for contestants to serve. If you hit a pizza box, you win a free large pizza courtesy of our sponsor, Domino. So be ready at the left side of the floor.
And we are back with the culmination of this second set at the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center. As the Falcons lead by 2, looking to take their first set of this one. The Hawks, of course, took that first set. They lead it 1-0. Now we are back underway. It's going to be the serve here from Jason McPhee. He's been his primary duty so far has been today on that serve. Let's see what he can do here as the Falcons look to get those final 5 points. And wow, absolutely hammered home by Apollo Brass.
We've seen him do that a lot this game. He's an absolute menace when it comes to those spikes.
It has been both those two Brazilian players have both just been absolutely amazing for the Hawks. And of course, Tevin Blackmore as well in the points department been absolutely amazing. Andreas, what a hit, what a volley there. Very light, but the distance on it. And a point for the Falcons. Tanner Patterson hits that one home, and the Falcons bench is getting going. And that is huge for Fanshawe to keep them up to 4 points away from taking set number 2. Hammered home. Carter Pitluck trying to get there for the dig, but just too much on that one. It's a 1-point game.
Heck of a second set here. Both teams are so hungry right now.
Now it's going to be Enzo Andreas again here on the serve for the Hawks. Enzo Andreas smacks that one, and they'll say it's going to be in. Just on the line there, but the Falcons will lose the point, sorry. So we're tied up 21-21, 4 points away from one of these teams taking the second set. Andreas hammers it into the net. 22-21 Falcons. This is the spot where every point matters. It's a game of inches at this point, between the ball being in and out, between it hitting the net and going over, and hitting and staying on your side. These are some critical plays at this point, especially for the Falcons trying to avoid going down 2-0. You want to avoid a second sweep by Humber this season. And that's hammered by Gray Phillips. That'll be a point as Humber tie it up at 22 again. As I said, this entire set, just such a back and forth matchup. We saw Humber kind of start to run away with it in that first set, but the Falcons have shown that they are not going down without a fight. That's what's made them one of the top teams in Canada this year. It's Gray Phillips. Ooh, that one, unlucky bounce backwards, and just tapped over. But Andreas to Blackmore, who hammers it, but that'll be a Fanshawe point. I believe it looked like Humber just took one too many hits on that one. Falcons 2 points away from taking set 2. Grother. Get some air on that one. Now this one hammered by Taven Blackmore. Tied game. No one letting the other team gain even a single inch. I don't know the last time we saw a 2-point lead, so who knows when we'll see this set end. So don't forget, of course, we're playing some volleyball. That means you got to win by 2. 23-23. Now that's going to be number 6 for Humber on the serve, Paul Manna. Oh, and that was a perfect serve over the net. And
that was a perfect spike!
What a response!
Yes, you! Give me with it!
Tyler Gibson hammers that one home. And now the Falcons are a point away from taking the second set and tying us at 1 apiece. And that's going to be a timeout called by the Hawks. They're going to want to talk things over before this play that could end the set. They don't want to let the Falcons tie it up. They want to try and start running away with this game. 1-0 still for Humber. 24-23 Falcons lead here in this set as we take a short break. From the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center. Falcons lead 24-23. Jacob Curtis going to take the serve here. So obviously, ideally, looking for a beautiful ace here to send Humber back to the bench for before set 3. But Enzo Andreas had other plans, but a beautiful job to save it from Jacob Curtis. Gibson sends it over. And Tevin Blackmore, what a job! Jacob Curtis! Oh! Unlucky for the Falcons, a beautiful block from Tevin Blackmore, but don't let what Jacob Curtis just did there go unnoticed.
How many digs was that on that? Oh my goodness.
2 digs that I thought for sure were certain points for Humber. Beautiful job, 24-24. So now this set gonna have to go to 26, and that's a point for Humber. And that'll be this is gonna be set point now. The Hawks can take a 2-0 lead, but it's gonna be a timeout called by the Falcons as they want to talk things over now. But that is huge for the Hawks. 25-24, they lead with a 1-set advantage. Now 1 point away from taking the 2-0 lead as they are looking to sweep the Falcons yet again this season. We'll be back in under 2 minutes. Send it over. Out of bounds, but it'll still say it went off a Hawks player. Fanshawe take the point, 25-25, and now we play to 27.
If he wants a service ace right here, close it out. Sorry, not close it out. I thought one there.
Oh!
There we go! One away!
Alex Segui looked like he was trying to get to that one, but just out of reach as the Falcons now can take the win, take the set. Segui gets that one this time. Blackmore, soft touch, beautifully stopped by the Falcons. Gibson looked to end the set with that hit, and now it's Andreas with the soft touch.
Gibby!
What a way to keep it up! It was Goldschmidt that kept it alive.
Oh my goodness!
The set!
The blocks! Tanner Patterson! Oh my goodness!
Fanshawe takes set number 2, 27-25.
What
And this game is
set?
We're gonna head into set 3 tied up. And this one will keep rolling on, and in just about 5 minutes, we'll be back with set number 3.
And we've already got a big line on the left side of the court from Domino's center forward Joe. If you didn't hear me explain the rules twice, I will explain it once more. All you need to do is hit a pizza box. No bouncers.
this incredible matchup between the Fanshawe Falcons and Humber Hawks. Our second battle of the birds today.
Yeah, what heck of what's going on.
1-1 tie here, just like the first game we saw, tied up on sets. And that one goes out of bounds. Humber will take the first points of set 3. However, it is looking differently than that women's game we saw. Of course, to start out, Fanshawe took the first set, and then it was from there, Humber Crews taking the remaining 3 for the victory. So we'll see if the Falcons can try and get in it here.
Oh,
and it's a beautiful hit there. That's plays like that are what get you the athlete of the week honor, Noah. What a play from Silas Carr. Falcons up. Falcons, sorry, it's tied 1-1 now in this one. Absolutely hammered over there. Now Andreas with the point. 2-1 Humber. Taven Blackmore gonna take the serve here. Hammers it out of bounds. Falcons take possession.
How on that, man? Oh, man. Throw shot came in. I think
Now, beautiful serve. Oh, wow, what a job there. It was Kozic. How is this still alive? And that's out of bounds.
Goodness me.
3-2 Humber. Now on the serve here, that'll be number 12, Apollo Brass. He sends the serve over. Great job there.
What heck of an effort there by Pinnock.
Goldsmith out of bounds. The soft touch from Goldsmith looked good, but just a bit too much power in that one as it sails out of bounds. So we'll see as the bench is starting to come alive here in set 3. Of course, they've been a very big impact on this one, along with the fans as Brass sends it into the net. Falcons will get the point here. It's 4-3.
Out there for the serve.
Now Jacob Goldsmith. The roll off the hand into the serve there from Goldsmith. Very interesting. Oh, wow. Great Phillips. Puts that one over. And Noah, we are seeing something very similar to the last game in terms of points. 2 players on that Humber team into double digits now as Blackmore and Andreas both with 10 or more. Blackmore at 10, Andreas at 13, while the Falcons yet to have a double-digit scorer in this one.
Falcons are close, however, with Patterson with 7. Oh, with 6.
Absolutely hammered there by Patterson as you say his name. The Falcons get the point there, and now he'll go to take the serve.
Look at that, a little bit of good luck. Look at that.
Patterson with the serve now off the point. Falcons trailing by 1. Beautiful hit from Patterson now. Sent back by Blackmore. Now Gibson, soft touch. Andreas with the volley.
Throws it with yet another.
And now Andreas with the soft touch over. Hit look. Gibson out of bounds.
Just oh my goodness. So unlucky there.
Now, no, at this point in the game, I'm surprised we're not seeing more of these bench players coming in for the Falcons. I don't think we've seen anything out of players such as Will Davies, Evan Kirkpatrick. I don't think we've seen any Andrew Smith or Keaton Mizak in this game.
I did see a little bit of Smith at the end, midway through, I believe, the last.
Smith Smith has definitely been a presence in this game, even if he hasn't been on the floor. Every time we pan over to the Fanshawe bench, it looks like I've seen him taunting the Hawks. Whether it's I saw him rubbing his eyes, giving them a little crying gesture.
He's always been a huge hype man for them, Smith.
It's something that's always valued on a team. Taven Blackmore hammers it out of no inbounds.
I think it just touched Fanshawe on that.
Looks like
just barely touched the fingertips.
Went out of bounds. It was a very fast play when he's hitting it that hard. 2-point lead for the Hawks, and now on the serve will be Dante Sugarman.
Love that name, Sugarman. Love it.
Oh, a huge hit there. This Cars doesn't go over. Now it's Gibson's who will be returned as well. Carr and Gibson looked like they gave it all they had to try and send it over, but both times a wall of Humber players just there at the net to stop it. This one served in again, no good though that time from Sugarman.
The blocks have been so many blocks this game. We see 7 by the Hawks so far, and 6 from the Falcons. Just, man, oh man, block central.
So now sent over. Curtis, rebounded. Not rebounded. Oh! A return shot from Andreas. The Hawks thought it was in. It'll be a Fanshawe point. Humber still leading 8-7 here in set 3 of a possible 5. Question, do we maybe see an overtime frame in this one? Now,
oh my goodness!
Blackmore hammered it, but Carr right there to meet him.
I think I pulled the end card on that. Either way, what a block.
The two of them getting there to stop Blackmore. And now Curtis going to take another serve as we're all tied up at 8. Turns it over. Blackmore again, off Fanshawe arms. It looked like it would be out of bounds. They keep it alive. Gibson sends it over.
Oh my goodness.
That's sent back though. What a rally here. Now just a light touch over the net there.
Gibby keeping it in. Oh, and no man's land.
Bounce.
That sequence right there was absolutely nasty by both teams.
Unlucky bounce there for the Falcons. And now it's going to be Kozic who takes the serve. Haven't seen, of course, Kozic, you got to think playing a bit more careful here when it comes to protesting calls. Of course, don't forget that yellow card in the very first frame, super early. As now the Falcons tie back up at 9 as Kozic, his serve goes right out of play.
Even last night, Kozic, he had a little board with the left end. Like, who knows what's going to happen.
Gibson hammers it over out of bounds, unfortunately.
So close to just hitting the line on that one.
Now, of course, we talked about it earlier, but coming up this Saturday, it'll be Falcon Fest. The men's volleyball team will be in action along with the women's as we have a full day packed of sports. We've got basketball against Redeemer and then volleyball against Sheridan. We'll have giveaways, prizes, and so much more for all those in attendance. That's coming up this Saturday, January the 24th, as the Hawks go up 11-9.
For Falcons Fest, so much. Whole day of games.
Oh, it's going to be just great. Noah, I can't wait. I don't know about you. It's going to be a great time for everybody.
Oh my goodness, that's aggressive.
He hammers it, but just out of bounds.
I mention this all the time, but power, when there's so much power, just a little bit lack of accuracy. You can be so powerful, but especially in volleyball, you need some accuracy.
Blackmore now 5 service errors on the day as this one's sent over by Carr.
Oh my.
Andreas, what a job to keep it alive. And that's going to be a point for the Falcons.
Oh my goodness. Just pulling it with the Hawks.
We are in another back and forth set here in the third. It's 11-11 here. And now on the serve is number 11.
You called that
Silas
earlier as
Carr.
well. Last set, I believe.
Silas Carr, out of bounds, 12-11 Humber.
I just want to mention with Jaden Crowther getting that block last point, he is leading the team with 13. So he is just an absolute killer when it comes to blocks.
Crowther and Patterson both with 2 in this one, while Silas Carr with 3 blocks. Oh, wow!
Finesse it. Oh.
Rejected by Kyle Gray Phillips.
Great finesse it by Goldie, though. Oh, my goodness.
Looks like he slammed that one away like he thinks he's LeBron with the block. Sent over here. Wow!
Oh, my goodness, Crow show just, it looked like he hovered in the air there for a second with the ball.
Looks like the guy seems to be getting some almost Aroldis Chapman speed off the hits, just hammering it.
I like that reference, I like that a lot.
Now, wow.
Oh, the
wow! I thought Gray Phillips had him fooled. And they're gonna call that, is that a point for Humber, I think? No, a red card!
Red card!
Oh
my goodness!
Issued. There goes Kozic.
Oh my goodness!
I believe that's for Kozic, or is it for Blackmore? I can't tell who they're sending out here. But it looks like we're gonna see an ejection.
Oh, I have not seen this yet!
This is a first for me as well this season, Noah.
Oh my goodness.
The ref explaining his decision with the 2 players as it's still unclear to me who's out of the game.
And I think they did actually point Fanshawe's way at the end of that. So I don't know. I think it might be Fanshawe's point. Yes, it is.
A very confusing series of plays there.
Crochis is still trying to figure out if it's him out of the game or what's happening.
Sorry, I just want to correct myself. It's not ejection, but it's actually going to be a penalty point for Fanshawe there. And that'll lose the serve for the Hawks. So I believe the point went to the Hawks initially, but the penalty will give it to Fanshawe, and they'll take the serve now.
That makes sense.
I believe that's what we're seeing here. I was a little too in the soccer idea of things when it came to the red card there. But yeah. So I believe that'll go to Kozic, as we've already seen the warning for the yellow. So I think that means, he's got to watch out now. We're almost at the point where if he draws both cards, that is where we will see the ejection. And we still have almost a whole nother set to play here.
That's the one thing, though. You gotta love players on your team who are so vocal. I mean, sometimes it's a little unlucky, but Kojic, he is the type of player you want. You want the players who get vocal. You want, especially on the bench even.
Well, and he seems he has been a leader of this team today. He's been commanding them all over the floor. He's been involved in so many plays. A crazy sequence of events here in the third set. Yeah, just for anyone that is unfamiliar with the rules, as I made my mistake there. Yellow card is for the warning. That's what he got earlier. The red card, of course, for the penalty point. Both together would mean a temporary expulsion for the game. And to be shown both separately would kick Kozic out of this one. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that throughout the game if there is any more penalty actions taken by the referee.
And that was a huge hit because Kojic, he's leading the team to 1-9 assists right now.
Yeah, he has been incredible in this game for Humber. That I think almost the last thing they'd want to see is him forced off the court with how he's been. I don't think we've seen him leave the court so far in this game. So this is certainly an interesting development as this game goes on.
It's looking like, here we go.
And finally, it looks like things are going to get back underway now. Seems everyone's had their word with the officials and everyone knows what's going on. And Tanner Patterson will get us kicked back off here for Fanshawe.
That's the thing, especially with these two teams. I mentioned it earlier. I was talking with some of the Fanshawe players. They're saying this is a big rivalry game. So you know some kind of tempers are going to have
point.
Falcons are Humber's big rivalry.
These are two teams that have been in and out of that top 10 in the whole country all year. Both of them, you've got to think, are itching to be in that spot. The Falcons looking to hold on, while Humber looking to get back, I'd imagine, to a spot they feel they deserve to be in, especially with how they've been playing today. It's certainly been a tight game between two amazing squads.
That's on that good save there by Gibby.
What? Oh my God, Segui!
Oh my goodness, a little too aggressive on that.
A great effort by the Hawks to try and keep everything alive, but just too much, and that one's sent out of play. 15-14 Falcons. And it seems since that penalty point, we're seeing a bit of a shift in the tides here, especially when in terms of the energy in this arena, because it's getting loud in here for every Fanshawe point.
I think the crowd, they've been loud throughout this whole game, but yeah, especially right now. Oh my goodness. What heck of an atmosphere.
They know that this set puts the Fanshawe in their best position they have been in all day today. They're already this lead looking, 1-point lead. Doesn't matter. In this game, it has been so back and forth. You take what you can get.
Look at the bench. I mean, everyone's just so hyped up right now.
They know exactly what they want out of this. They know they want to leave. They don't want the Falcons to leave. The Falcons fans to leave the arena today. 0-2. Sad. They want to have a win to walk away with today. Out of bounds. 15 all. So we've seen it. First set, Fanshawe 19 points, Humber 25. The Hawks 25 points in both the sets, but couldn't take set two. Of course, Falcons won 27-25. So now we'll see. Almost a roof ball.
Oh my God.
And it's hammered home. What a spike. Jaden Crowther.
So close. That ceiling ball right there. Oh, I went gone crazy.
Now Crowther's going to take the serve. Blackmore.
Nice finesse by Blackmore.
Oh, and a great job at the net by
Gibby. Nice little double throw there by Gibby. Oh my goodness.
Gibson, what an effort. Crowther goes back for another serve here. I'll say now too, Humber, 3 players at the point of double-digit points. We're still waiting for our first Falcon to score double digits. And now we hit a timeout. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes for the rest of this exhilarating third set. Falcons lead 17-15 over the Humber Hawks. Back for the rest of this exhilarating third set. It's been an amazing game between the Humber Hawks and Fanshawe Falcons. Falcons up 17-15 here. Now 8 points away from taking a 2-1 set lead in this game. Great job there to keep it alive. Blackmore hammers it with the Falcons right there to block it. However, going out of bounds, it'll be a point for Humber. Checks out of the game. I'll bring in Paul Nana. Nana. Right into the net and in.
Hear that crowd go crazy.
The crowd erupts. The bench erupts for the Falcons. 18-16. Now it's Jacob Curtis with the serve. He has been amazing in that spot all day today. Let's see if he can keep it up. 2 services.
22 assists, absolutely.
Jacob Curtis, I think, flying under the radar with how great he's been today. Just an amazing all-around performance. Blackmore.
He's finding his accuracy now. It is just wow.
15 points, 13 kills for Taven Blackmore. And this one stays alive. Oh, unlucky for the Falcons. Tied now 18 apiece. And now Humber, 19-18 lead after that one travels to Sales out of play. Falcons take a timeout to talk things over as they sit 6 points away from losing this set. The Hawks looking to make that push, go up 2-1 after dropping set number 2. We'll be back in just over 2 minutes. The final moments of set number 3 before we get to what could be the deciding 4th set. Don't go anywhere. Hammered by Goldsmith. And just some miscommunication, it looked like, from the Falcons. And now Humber leads 19-18. Or sorry, 20-18. Falcons down 2. Oh, what a spike from Carr! Looks like call him the ice cream man. He scoops that one, slammed it right down. 2019. Wow! Hammered home by Tanner Patterson.
Oh my goodness. Tied up just like that.
Tyler Gibson with the serve. And a point for the Hawks. Now, of course, as I said earlier, Humber has scored 25 points in every set so far in this game. Of course, now we'll see if they can keep it up as Taven Blackmore, now 16 points in this one, takes the serve. Blackmore in 22-20. I swear, it's something about headbands that always make those players better. I don't know what it is.
17 points, 15 kills.
Taven Blackmore, 17 points, 15 kills, 30 total attempts in this game. Just absolutely exceptional. And 2 service aces. This guy has just been all over the place when it comes to the offensive side. Just absolutely unreal. As we're in the timeout, we've got a minute and a half until we will be back for the end of the 3rd set. Hawks need here to close out set 3 with another victory, as they can go up 2-1, entering what could be the deciding 4th set. And their superstar, Taven Blackmore, takes the serve. It's going to be sent back over by Gibson. Sorry, not Gibson. That was Patterson, but doesn't matter. Rejected. And now Blackmore. 23-20, Humber leads. Blackmore hammers it. What a job by Pitlock. And now sent back over. I think it was Kozic. But he is just too hot to be stopped. This guy, last week's athlete of the week, keeping it up today. He's got 8 points now in this one. What a performance from Silas Carr. Carr has just been all over the place today. 8 points. He's got 3 blocks, 3 digs. Just amazing all-around performance from Silas Carr, last week's athlete of the week. Blackmore keeps it alive. What a job, Andreas! Slams it home again. Enzo Andreas. This could do it in a pivotal point in this game. The Falcons gonna need to do something if they want to try and take this third set. Be their second set of the game. Over by Andreas. The Falcons will not go down without a fight. This is Colin Hutchison now coming into the game. We haven't seen too much of him today, but he will take the serve in a very important spot for the Falcons. It's a point here. Means they will fall down 2-1 heading into the 4th. Great job by Blackmore. This one's sent over. And it's gonna be sent back by Kyle Gray Phillips to end the set. 25-22, Humber wins it, as they go up 2-1 in this game. We will be back in just about 2.5 minutes for the 4th set, as we could see the Hawks come out of here with the win. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back here on Fanshawe TV. Humber goes up 1-0 to kick things off here. Set number 4. Kozic. This one sent back. Pitluck.
Here we go.
Over. Oh. Curtis was there. It looks like that one though would have almost smoked him in the head.
Super fast start. Nice triple start by the Hawks. My goodness.
This is exactly what they want here. They want to close this game out, get headed back for the long trip home to Toronto. And another point.
Wow, Humber.
Starting out the gate in this one hot. Apollo Brass at the point there. As now he becomes the 4th double-digit scorer in this one. He's got 11.
Wow.
A rough start to this 4th set for the Falcons, down 4-0. And Fanshawe will already call a timeout. They don't want to let the Hawks get too hot too early in this set. As we'll take a very quick break very early into this 4th set. Up 4-0 in the 4th set. Andreas to Blackmore. Denied by the Falcons. Kozic back up. Andreas. Good job there. Blackmore. Kozic. Andreas. I thought that one went to Humber for a second there, but thankfully the Falcons got to be breathing a sigh of relief on that. Sent over by Goldsmith. Falcons point! Looked like Gray Phillips going up there, but unfortunately, the ref's whistle. That one will go to the Falcons. Goldsmith again here on the serve. Kozic, wow! Great. That's what Kozic has been doing all afternoon. Those weird passes, like you can't tell where it's going off his hand until it's there. And the Falcons then just have to be prepared for a monster spike coming from Blackmore or Andreas. And now Taven Blackmore gonna get the serve going here. Falcons trail 5-2.
Speaking of coaches, 35 assists on the other. Ridiculous. Ceiling. Here we go. Point.
5-3 now. Patterson on the serve for the Falcons. Into the net. Unfortunate there, as that'll be his 4th service error of the afternoon. Now it'll be Apollo Brass on the serve.
My goodness, Gibby. He's going to come out now.
Brass just didn't know what to do on that one. Falcons down 2. On the serve now, it'll be Crowther. Sent It's over. Wow! It was Sugarman trying to hammer it home. It'll be Kyle Gray Phillips. Off the serve from Enzo Andreas. Falcons take over possession, trailing by just 2. Now, when you look at the numbers for Humber in this game, they've got they got 6 players on the floor. 4 of them at this exact moment in time are double-digit scorers. Then you have Kozic, who has 36 assists, and Segui, who's just been out there digging for his life. He's got 7 in this one, as he has been an anchor just moving the ball around on their side.
Hawks team just does so many things.
Andreas. Wow. Out, and that'll be a Humber point. I thought that went to the Falcons, but off the block. Say Humber keeps it. I guess they'll say that one inbounds.
Maybe a touch.
8-5 Hawks. Gray Phillips hammers it over.
Cool Superman punch on that one there by Silas.
What a job by Seguin. Or Segui, pardon me. Now, Blackmore into the net.
There we go. On paper, his stats don't show up, but in the game, he is going absolutely crazy. He has 8 digs, and he is just everywhere. I swear, every possession, he has the ball in his hands at some point.
The team's looking pretty even in most stat departments overall, but just the overall attacks from Humber. 112 to 90 from Fanshawe. They have been offensively backing the Falcons into a hole. Now, the serve. Over by Sugarman. And a beautiful hit. That's going to be from number 8, Tanner Patterson. 10-7. On the serve, Silas Carr. Over. Gray Phillips there.
Oh my goodness, the trickery on that one.
It looked like Kozic there?
I believe that was.
I didn't get too good of a look at that one, but it looked like Nicholas Kozic. He's up to 37 assists now.
My goodness.
The team as a whole has 41. He has more points than, more assists than the entire Fanshawe team.
The guy is absolutely
and
amazing.
just denied right at the net. Is Humber showing some urgency? It looks like they want to head back to the 6 with a win tonight, or this afternoon. I keep making that mistake. No, it's not going to stop, I can tell.
Well, as you mentioned earlier with Coach,
now the Falcons take a point there. Humber, as we are seeing much less of a tight set than we saw in number 2 and number 3. As I said, the Hawks seem to be looking like they're ready to head home.
Andrew Smith Smith come back with feed. Andrew Smith, his nickname, it's going to be Smitty, okay? That's his nickname, Smitty, okay?
See what he can do coming in at a pivotal point in this one. Is the Hawks just about halfway through winning this final set, 12 points. Of course, there's no halfway to 25, but we're almost there. We're almost at what I'd call the halfway point. We're between it, 12 and 13. So let's see here. Taven Blackmore hammers it. That'll go out of bounds.
Oh my goodness. Maybe protecting that.
Smith doing everything he could to try and keep it in, but an unlucky bounce. That one travels out of bounds. Now Taven Blackmore going to take another serve here for the Hawks. Blackmore lines up every time like that. Pay attention to it next time they give Blackmore to serve. He holds out the ball like it's like a magical orb he's looking to. He's visualizing where the serve is going to go.
I love watching players with their like little kind of techniques on serves.
Everyone's got it's like when you step up to the plate in baseball. Everyone's got their motion they go through before they get moving. Sent over by Segui. And now going to be hammered back.
Oh,
beautifully done by Colin Hutchison.
Look at Hutcho. Down 3 right now.
So wondering now as we approach, of course, what could be the dying moments of the game. The Falcons still a couple players we haven't seen. Obviously, a very large team. They've got 18 players on the team. There's only 6 spots on a court at the most at times. So we still haven't seen, though, a couple players such as I don't think we've seen Nicholas Vandaloo in this game, and as well, or Ty Klassen as well has not been in this one, I think, at all. As well, we have not seen the Falcons' one international player on their roster. Gustavo Aguirre has not had any minutes in this game either. But on the other side of it, for the Hawks, it has been an absolute feast today for those 2 Brazilians, Enzo Andreas, and of course, cannot forget about Apollo Bras, the 2 of them. Wow!
Those blocks were
just another crazy defensive sequence from this Humber team. You're not used to it as much. They've just been, seems overwhelming offensively, but those blocks as well have been amazing today.
You know what they say, defense wins championships.
This is correct, as they've got a 4-point lead now. 10 points away from taking this game. That'll be another point. Enzo Andreas, as he gets closer and closer to that 20-point mark, 17 in the game. And not just that, he's got 5 kills in this one, as well as that'll be his 3rd service ace of the day. That one will go to the Falcons. 16-12. As Colin Hutchison gets ready to take the serve. Hutchison lines it up, hammers it over, and that'll be ruled out of bounds.
Oh my goodness, so unlucky there.
Humber 8 points away from victory as they look to sweep the Falcons in the season series this year and give them their 4th loss of the season. They would still keep it, of course. That would mean still just 2 teams have beat your Fanshawe Falcons this season, but both of them doing so twice, as Kyle Gray Phillips hammers that one over and it heads out of bounds off of a Fanshawe player. So he'll go back to take another serve as the Hawks go up 18-12. And that one, just a bit too much mustard on it. That one headed out of bounds.
Fanshawe doesn't want to go home yet. They want to bring it to him instead.
Trying to give the fans something to leave happy about today after that other loss to the Hawks. As Humber looked to come in and dominate away from home.
Goodness.
That'll be a point to the Hawks again.
fact that Hutch even made contact on that was absolutely crazy.
You gotta feel like his skin is ringing after that one. I know the feeling. It feels like you can hear it. That'll be some red forearms for the next couple days. As a timeout, I believe, is called this week by the Falcons. That'll be their last timeout of the set taken. 6 points separate the Humber Hawks and victory in this one, as well as separate the Falcons from this lead. We will be back with the end of the fourth and possibly final set right after this. Humber Hawks lead 19-13 over the Falcons. 6 points separate these two teams, and 6 points separate the Hawks in victory as that 25-point mark send them back to Toronto with a win. Blackmore! They will call it a point for Humber. 5 points away.
There's clearly no fatigue on Humber on that little trip from Toronto to London. They're looking just unstoppable.
I'll tell you what, as someone who had to make that trip coming back for second semester, it's not fun. Out of bounds! Point Humber!
That looked like it is just in bounds.
A very close play. Either way, a matter of inches on that one. The Hawks, 21-13. 4 more points. All hope is not lost for the Falcons. Of course, at this point, still lots of time. There will be plenty of opportunity, but they're really going to have to act on every chance they get, make the most of it to try and come back. That one is sent over. Point Humber. Just the mistakes down the stretch here from the Falcons have been costly. They played a really great game, but just as it's been the case all day, the Hawks offense just backing them into a corner. Sad situation for the Falcons to have to drop this game in their second straight, their second this week. But they'll have to, and they'll be looking to come back strong and get a win at home when they're back, of course, on Saturday for Falcons Fest against Sheridan. 24th at 8 o'clock. That'll be our final game of Falcon Fest. We'll see, maybe we'll get a 4-0 day. Who knows? Either way, I can assure you it's going to be a great time as this one's taken by Jason McPhee off in the serve.
Nice one. 60, big for them as well.
Got to come out with some fresh legs. That's the other thing. You've had, 4 days rest heading into this game. Coming off of a 5-set matchup.
Very, very tight one. Throughout.
It's got to be. You got to wonder if fatigue is part of a factor at all. But the hope, of course, has got to be that 6 days rest. See the Falcons come out with some fresh legs against Sheridan and take another win this year. Hawks 2 points away from victory now. Brass at the net.
Wow.
Hammers it out of bounds. Now, the Falcons with possession. Got to think they're going to want to act on all these serves here as Goldsmith takes it.
Great job by Falcons.
Almost a roof ball. And just Enzo Andreas.
Absolute monster. 18th point.
Pure domination out of him and Blackmore, as well as Kyle Gray, Phillips, and Apollo Brass. Now Taven Blackmore, an ace to end the game and send Humber back to Toronto with the victory. That will do it.
You did call it. You did call it, Logan.
25-15 on the final set as the Humber Hawks take another win on the season. That'll, as they improve their record now. Pardon me. As they improve on the season to 7-4 as the Falcons fall to 8-4. You gotta wonder how this will affect the CCAA rankings for Fanshawe now and Humber. Headed as we prepare to close out the season, just a couple games left. The Falcons will be back at home on Saturday for Falcons Fest, as we've been telling you about all day, when they take on the Sheridan Bruins. Thank you so much for joining us on Fanshawe TV. I've been Logan Liviak.
I'm Noah Parody.
Have a great day.
This winter's